All right, yeah, just a little bit on the summer league tournament for us. Obviously, we played Omaha in that first round game, and I just felt like we had really good control of the game, especially kind of establishing it in the second half. And it's hard to explain really the last 248. We went 0 for 8 from the field. We didn't get a rebound, and we had our hands on a lot of them. We had opportunities, and honestly, making one play, making one shot, making one rebound, I think getting one rebound probably changes the outcome of the game. And I know it's really frustrating for our guys, and it's going to sting, I think, simply because I think we saw what we're capable of doing, and I think there was a really good opportunity with this tournament, and it's a tough way to really go out. Now, looking at it, and it's really been hard because honestly, when the season ends and you end it the way it did, I don't know if I've really had a chance to just reflect a lot yet. There's just a lot that goes in when a season finishes up with your roster, and a lot that goes in with now recruiting and just different stuff like that. You don't have a lot of time yet to just reflect. We had, BJ Omot was first team All-League. Tyree Inacho, second team All-League. The first time we've had a first teamer since 2020 with Marlon Stewart, and then with the second team since 2021 with Philip Abracha. So really proud of those guys. Amar was on the all-defensive team, Eli King was on the all-defensive team, and Amar was on the newcomer team. And, I just felt, you look at the season a guy like Trayson Eaglestaff had, and just what's to come. It's really exciting to kind of look and see what the future is. So, it's our first winning season we've had since 16-17, and I think we got to really try to capitalize and build on it. And where we finished in the league, we got off to an 0-3 start. We managed to kind of grind our way through it and finish tied for second in the Summit League, which I think is a tremendous accomplishment. But it's just part of the process of continually building it and playing for conference championships. And we're excited about that. There's obviously not a lot of time just to sit back and pat backs and this and that. We've got to work. We got work to do, and we got to get our guys going this spring and have a great few weeks before school's out. And, kind of keep focus on improvement, getting better, building. And, that's what we're going to be doing. So, with that, I will take any questions.
When do you try to meet with the guys or get a sense of what their off-season plans are? When do those conversations
go? They're taking place now, and then it's a lot of it. It's open now for guys to come in and speak with us because we can't necessarily set up appointments until a week. I think it's a 7-day period. So, we're going to have individual meetings with guys starting on Tuesday. And then there's going to be guys, we've had some guys coming in we've already visited with. So we're, there's a process to all this kind of postseason stuff, and we're working through that. But next week, is when a lot of the individual scheduled meetings will take place. And then we'll know moving forward there kind of what we have and what our recruiting needs are and getting us going in the spring postseason aspect of our work.
Recruiting in the portal era, is it difficult knowing, okay, am I filling 2 spots? Am I filling 6 spots? How do you attack that process? That's maybe you don't know what the off season is going to look like for you.
You cast a wide net, and for instance, every single one of us is heading out recruiting today, or even yesterday, and we're just casting a wide net and building names, people we've been seeing throughout the year and following throughout the year. I think it's somewhere between high school, portal, and junior college, I think, and you've just got to be prepared for anything, and that's what you try to do. And with that, you start learning a little bit more and more aware and what some of the needs are going to be. I think I think I think we understand, there's at this point in time, we're going to need to bring one or two guys in. Does it turn into more of that? That's what we don't know yet. And so I think we've been able to kind of pinpoint, personnel-wise what we're looking for, and then it changes as time goes on. So you just got to be ready for anything.
Is there anything that, as you watched the Summit League tournament play out, that you felt maybe here's our gap with our roster to get where we want to be, to maybe be like a South Dakota State?
Yeah.
Where are those gaps at?
You got to continue to stay old as much as you can and experienced. I mean, that South Dakota State roster, I think Will and Kyle was one of the youngest guys on the floor, along with the Gary kid that played. All those guys were fifth-year, sixth-year type players, guys that have really been with them. And I think you saw this year for us having some experience back, bringing in some experienced guys, and not necessarily relying on just freshmen. I think you could kind of see the maturity in the roster for us this year. I think that helped. So I think you see that. And even, you could say with Denver's roster and kind of how they finished the season, but they had older guys on that team that just during the tournament just kind of did older guy things, maturity-wise. And Kansas City as well and throughout their season. I think that's the thing that stands out amongst anything is just that experience is important. And it doesn't necessarily have to be guys that have been in your program for 4 years, but guys that have kind of been through it. And I think we were fortunate this year. You add Tyree, you add Eli, and you add Amar to the mix, and I think you could really feel, along with T and Brady and then BJ Trey and those guys, that experience really paid off for us. So that probably is the thing that screams at us the most.